I wanted to talk you through how to pair the US standard algorithm with the base 10 models. This is something that we do a lot in third grade and as students transition into fourth grade to help them see the connections between what we do with the base 10 models and the flexible grouping, and then how that connects with the US standard algorithm. Notice I'm saying US standard algorithm because if we lived in a different country, we would probably use a different algorithm. So typically kids use a takeaway model for subtraction, and so they start by building the first quantity and then they take away the second quantity. So I've just built 200 using my base 10 blocks, and now I'm going to subtract 142. Well, because I want to pair this with the standard algorithm, I'm going to start in the ones place because that's how we utilize the standard algorithm. We start in the ones place. So I'm going to try to take away 2 ones. But I don't have any ones that I can conveniently take away. So I'm going to have to do some decomposition to get some ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by decomposing one of these groups of 100 into 10 tens. And you notice there's a button down here at the bottom that's called the ungrouping button. And so I'm going to use that button to decompose. And then I'm just going to drag some of these out for you so you can see that now I have 10 tens. So now that I have 10 tens, I need to actually mark here in my algorithm. So now instead of having 200s, I only have 100. And instead of having 0 tens, I actually have 10 tens. But I still don't have any ones. So I've got to do some additional ungrouping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these groups of 10 and I'm going to ungroup that into 10 ones. So I'm going to pull those out very quickly so you can see now I have 10 ones. So now then, back in my algorithm, I have one group of 100. Now I only have 9 tens, so I need to make that notation. And now I have 10 ones, so now I have 10 here. Now I'm going to cross off and start doing my subtraction. So starting in the ones place, I'm going to take away 2 ones, and that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. So I'll write my 8 here. Now I'm going to take away 4 tens from my 9 tens. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that leaves 5 tens. And then finally, I need to take away 100. So that leaves no hundreds. So my answer is 58. So you've seen how I paired these two up. A really important thing I wanted to point out, though, is a step that we commonly skip when we're doing the US standard algorithm. This just happens to be a step that our teachers skipped, maybe because they didn't understand what was happening in that space, or maybe it was just a shortcut method. But nonetheless, I want you to make sure that you do not forget this little 10 right here. That's really important because it didn't just, in the tens place, it didn't just suddenly become 9 tens. First it was 10 tens, and then I had to decompose one of those tens into ones, and that's how it became a 9. So when you're using the US standard algorithm, make sure you're showing that step where there were 10 tens. Hope this video helped you better understand this concept.